I wanted to talk a little bit about former President Donald Trump because he was indicted on racketeering, conspiracy, and other charges by the grand jury in Fulton County, Georgia. This has come about because of a 2-year investigation by the district attorney, Fani Willis, into potential 2020 election interference in the state. At this point, I don't know why people wouldn't think that Democrats and Republicans alike are doing this. They do this all the time. I don't think it's just Trump. I think this is woven into the way this country behaves with elections. And I mean, they could sway it to go any way that they want to. And it says 18 other people, including Trump's former lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, and former White House Chief of Staff, Mark Meadows, was also indicted, accused of joining Trump in efforts to unlawfully change the outcome of the election. I don't think that he tried to do anything unlawfully. He did ask some things of, I'll say, his vice president, and was hoping some things went his way, but they were never going to go that way. And as far as January 6th, and I'll leave this article in the description because it has the full indictment if you want to read it. I'm not. People keep saying that he made these people storm the building. I do not. I do not blame him for that. These are adults. These were older people. These were grown people. They decided to put the heel of their boot all over the thin blue line when it came to them, even though they're screaming comply, comply, comply to anyone that's not adjacent to them. But they basically did this of their own volition. You cannot stir up anything that's not already in a person, and this was already in them. They wanted to do this. They were looking for a reason because they want to get their way. Now, the indictment describes those charges as part as a criminal organization that violated the state's racketeering or RICO law. That's funny. Other charges include making false statements in writings, impersonating a public officer, filing false documents, influencing witnesses, and conspiracy to defraud the state, and perjury, among others. Again, this is not just a Trump thing, and racketeering is dishonest and fraudulent business dealings. That would apply to 99.9% of the businesses out there. I'm sorry if you didn't know. Even your Christian ones, even those who call themselves non-for-profits, yeah. I mean, look what the bank was doing with a known ex-trafficker of children, J.P. Morgan Chase. The Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, Trump wanted him to alter the votes. Do they have evidence on that? And they're saying because he asked them to find 11,780 votes, which would push him over Biden to win. I mean, people look over the votes because I can tell you now that the machines are not always accurate. I remember doing my internship and we had to look over the votes and make sure what we could see was what the actual machine put in. I remember having to do that, and it was crazy because all the voter ballots were in a room in trash bags, divided up by county, and we had to go in, and some of those votes were deemed invalid. So at every level, there is a chance that something could happen where a vote is not counted. But I honestly do believe that Biden won because Black people vote blue no matter what. It doesn't matter. He got on there and said, if you don't know who you're voting for between me and Trump, then you're not Black. He did the 93 crime bill, even though his son is on video with smoking crack. He ignores all of the horrible things that's happening to POCs, which I hate that. I'll say Black people and POCs. And in New York, Trump has been charged with falsifying business records in connection with payments made on his behalf to silence the affair. Oh, God. And I think the biggest thing is classified documents that he had in Mar-a-Lago. I believe that's why. I don't know what documents he found, what he has, what information that he has, but all I know is they're throwing these charges at him because they do not want him to run for 2024. Biden approval rating is abysmal, okay? He is turning people who voted blue to they're considering jumping on the Republican. Me personally, as a black person, I'm sitting my ass down. I'm not voting in the elections. I haven't for the past two. Locally, it's fine if you want to do that. But I'm not going to waste my time and waste my day when nobody has put anything for the progression of my people group in their agenda. So if it's middle finger to me and my people group, then it's middle finger to you. I'm not going out. I'm going to convince other people, do not waste your day in a line for people who don't give a about you at all. The number one step that these people could do, since we are 13% of the population and we seem to hover around 13%. And there's a lot of quote unquote black people in the 13% that don't work. So why don't you let the people who do work keep their taxes and make us tax exempt? It wouldn't be a drop in a bucket unless you're lying about how much black people are being taxed and how much that money is being funneled into certain neighborhoods where black people are not. You're going to have to come up with a reason why. Because people are already saying that we are all on welfare. Some of us may work, so giving us tax exemption status would mean nothing. There's no loss. There's no adverse effect, unless you're lying. Him not turning over those documents and Biden doing the same exact thing and he's not being brought up on charges just lets me know. These are the bully tactics of the Democratic Party. I wouldn't be surprised if Biden is not behind this. And I believe Biden's son is just like him. He looks like him more and more as he gets older. I believe every wild, crazy, disgusting, nasty thing, because it's come out how he feels about. I don't think that's their mother. Is that their mother? Not sure. But how he talks to her, I believe that's his stepmother. And what he did with his brother's wife, the way he talks, he's, the drugs that just happened to fall out, at the White House, I do believe that that's why Joe Biden kind of favored his other son, because his other son was everything that he wasn't and he felt like he could go further. But Hunter is just like him, and he's sneaky, slimy, underhanded, always getting caught. And he's just like his father. But I find it very weird that so many indictments are being thrown at Trump. I'm not saying that Trump is this honest man who didn't say he liked to grab women by the pee. And he wasn't palling around with people that are horrible people. And that he may not be racist or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I like Trump, but I do see the inconsistencies where he's being held to a different standard, which makes me wonder what's really going on, what information he may have. Why are they trying to keep him out? And is this the full force of the Democratic establishment? Because they do see their hold on certain people within certain communities slipping. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. Leave a comment and your thoughts, and I will see you in the next one.